Throughout these 4 modules, we've asked you to reflect on various aspects of yourself because it helps you to understand the assumptions behind your current behaviour, attitude and values. We also believe it helps develop your empathy around how others may express themselves in ways that are contrary to what you believe in. Critical self-reflection is the process we go through to construct meaning from our experiences and to understand why we think and act in particular ways. It also helps us to explore why some things may trigger emotional responses in us. Working through these issues can often bring up hard things for us to deal with. Many of us are not experienced in how to engage with conversations about racism, privilege and socialisation. It might result in feelings of anger, fear, guilt, argumentation, silence, or simply choosing to walk away. Social scientist Brené Brown talks about how we make up hidden stories that tell us who is against us and who is with us. It is these stories that cause us to react in particular ways. For example, in my work and personal life, I'm often told by Aboriginal people what is problematic with white people and white culture. As a white person, my initial reaction might be, but I'm not like that, or I don't recognise myself in what they're saying. It would be easy to defend who I am and my position and dismiss their perceptions as stereotyping, or try and distance myself from those other problematic white people. But what I need to do instead is to examine why I am reacting. What story am I telling myself about who I am and what it means to be a white person living on Aboriginal land, married into an Aboriginal family and working in Aboriginal contexts? I need to understand white privilege and look at all the social groups I belong to, and to understand the privileges that memberships of those groups brings to me, and how the patterns of those social groups reinforce inequitable outcomes for others. It's important to understand the patterns that social groups exhibit because they are the norms by which the dominant groups, who are at the top of the social hierarchy, judge minoritised groups. As Sensoy and D'Angelo say, patterns, although enacted by individuals, accrue collectively at the group level and are the result of socialisation. They're not our fault, but we are responsible for becoming aware of and interrupting them. When I am engaged in those difficult conversations, it is important to reflect on and process my personal and emotional responses. It's also of utmost importance that I actively listen to what is being said about white people and white cultures and institutions. By listening and not reacting, I can then hear how others experience social patterns of dominant systems and find out ways that I can be an ally and assist in disrupting those social patterns through my own behaviour and by challenging the broader system. There are many ways to explore our reactions to these things, but one way I find useful is Brené Brown's method. She suggests that we walk into our story and start to get curious about why we're having an emotional reaction and how that connects with the way we think and behave. We need to challenge our assumptions and determine what is true and how we have formed our opinions and what needs to change in the way we respond. That way, we can write a new ending to our story based on an honest examination of our response and what we have learnt.